Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be hanging out with you guys and playing some games. Maybe we'll do some Fort Nizzle today. I could see that. Or maybe play some Quest Forge. But I'm thinking about doing a little bit of Fortnite. So let me get that set up for you guys so that we can do Fortnite together. I'm going to need to turn down the volume of my computer. Yo, Rap King, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now, I'm unplugging my extra phone. I have an old phone that I use kind of like an iPod Touch. I've started charging it directly by plugging it into my computer. So I'm unplugging that and plugging in this Xbox One controller so we can get to business. Rap King said, what type of phone do you have? So my old phone is a Google Pixel 4a, and my new phone is a Google Pixel 10a. So I waited 6 generations before I got a new phone. There we go. Okay, so now you guys should be able to see the game. And then Rap King said, why don't you have an iPhone? I'm pretty deep into the Google ecosystem, but I have started getting more and more Apple products over time. So right now I'm using my personal Windows computer to do this live stream, but in the living room I have a personal MacBook Pro and an iPad. Like the Apple phone is the only Apple device I don't have, but most of the time during the week I'm using this like Windows computer and I'm using this like Google phone.
Life is a beautiful
And then Rap King said, have you ever had an iPhone? Not as a phone, which may sound like a weird line, but I can explain that. So in college, I wanted to play Pokemon Go, but I had what was called a dumb phone at the time, so I couldn't play Pokemon Go. So I had a roommate named Hunter who would buy old broken phones, and I had him. Ooh, do I want to take my fishy sprite? I've almost fully leveled up the fishy sprite, but if I lose him, it'll get reverted all the way back down. I'll equip him. I just need to be on my P's and Q's and not mess this up. Okay, so Hunter would buy old phones and then rebuild them effectively into new phones, and I used that in order to play Pokemon Go in college. It was still pretty broken, and when it stopped working well, he didn't help me fix it. He said he was going to fix it if there were any problems, but it was whatever. It was a good temporary device that I could use to play Pokemon Go while I was in college. But that's the only iPhone I've ever had. I did have an iPod Touch back in the day, around that same time, but you couldn't play Pokemon Go on an iPod Touch at the time. I think you had to have a phone. It was something weird. I don't know why you needed to have a phone specifically to do it. My iPod Touch was maybe old by that time. I don't believe they make iPod Touches anymore. Who is this? Who's that character? But I miss iPod Touches. That's why I kept my Google Pixel 4a to effectively use it as an iPod Touch. I think it was cool when we had like pocket devices that weren't phones, but could like run apps and play games and stuff like that. Okay. Where are we dropping? I want to drop by an extractor. That's like a rooftop of a building. And I thought it was an extractor or by an extractor. But I think there's one over here. Yeah, there's one over here. Okay. There's something down there that might be interesting. But let's see if there are any sprites right by the extractor. Sometimes there are. And it feels like you luck out. Okay, there's a chest right here. There's some bandages in it. Can I drink this? I can drink the shield potion. That's good. There's a gun. We'll probably need that. Oh, I saw a shot. Where's the shot come from? Yeah, there's somebody right there. I got them. Oh, they had a purple gun. That's useful. No sprites, though? Ooh. Why are all these people who are coming to fight me like brokies? Or like nobody has a sprite? No, nobody here is here for Mary Spritemas? Rap King said, did you go to prom in high school? I did go to prom in high school. I went to like multiple dances in high school. I would go to like homecoming and stuff. Rap King said, I need your opinion on something. Yeah, feel free. I'm down to give advice and give my opinion on stuff. Really, I'm open to anything. Feel free to ask me anything. Part of me wants to just hang out here and hopefully get somebody's sprite. And another part of me is like, I should just go out and like find a sprite to get. I'm torn. I'm conflicted. I really want a sprite. Like another sprite. What's that? Is that just a sprite in the distance? Aw, shit. I think it is. Hey, it's a little sprite. Okay, well, I have everything. My life is complete. Let's go to this extractor and turn that baby on. Okay. Turn it on. Rap King said, my graduated high school, but his girlfriend... Oh, your roommate. Your roommate graduated high school, but his girlfriend is still in high school. So you think he should still take her to prom? How much older is the person? There are some rules at certain high schools about like how old your date can be. Ashley was telling me about this. Ashley said some girls at her high school were with like 30-year-old men, but there was like a cutoff at like how old they could be if they were to like come to prom. Please land. Please land. Drop the sprite. Drop the sprites. Yes. We dunked both. Nobody showed up. I thought somebody was gonna show up and like threaten what we were doing. But we held it down. And we added a new sprite to the collection. And then you said he's only 1 year older than her. Then that's not even that crazy. Yeah, he's probably allowed to go. You should, I guess, check in with the school, right? Oh my fucking gosh. Gimme, Jimmy. And they got a gold gun. Oh my gosh. 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 Drink this. Drink this right now. A gold water sprite. Activate the extractor. Get in the corner. I gotta get rid of this gold water sprite. Everybody in the world's gonna try to kill me for this. It looks so good too. I know that guy must be mad. That guy must be so mad that he lost this. This is gonna be like one of the rarest sprites in my whole collection. Crap. Footprints. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This gun sucks. That I got from him. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. I am so glad I managed to kill him. I would have been so mad at myself if I had lost this sprite. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. That would have messed me up. That would have messed up that would have messed up my whole life. Okay. Well, that worked out surprisingly well. Gonna chill in this corner real quick. Try to regain some lost shield. Didn't get back all of it though. Give me that small shield potion. I'm still a little thirsty. I can't drink anymore, dang. Well, whew, that was good. That was good. I'm glad I got that Sprite. Are there any more Sprites that I can get? You gotta look around. Because sometimes they're just standing outside, which is really convenient. Just pick one up, add them. Okay. Like, do I see any players anywhere carrying Sprites? Do, 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 do. You know, I in the past have complained that you shouldn't shoot people at the extractors, right? Like, if everyone's chill, everyone could technically just extract their Sprite without it being like a firefight. But I think I've gotten burned on that too many times where I'll like wait and like not shoot at them because like technically we could all extract. We really don't have to fight over it. Um, but people just shoot you because they're not assuming that you're gonna do that. And now I'm just tired of waiting. I just have no patience to see if people are gonna be chill about it. So I just go for it. Oh, let's see. Rap King said, "My friend is rude sometimes. I don't know if he means to be rude, but he is sometimes. If I'm a good friend, I'll call him out on it, right? It's fine to bring up to friends if you have like misgivings with them. I think as long as you think it's like a significant thing to hit them up on, like you don't think it's like a petty thing, and as long as you have like a good reason, like you can articulate why a thing they do bothers you, then I think it's worth like bringing up. But if you think it's like a petty thing, like you personally don't care, then that can sometimes like annoy people. So as long as you care about the thing and you can articulate like why it bothers you, I think it's fine to even in the moment, like explain like, hey, you know, I don't like this thing that you do, and this is why I don't like it. And I'd really appreciate it, you know, if you didn't do it or whatever. Hey, somebody's shooting at me. I see you. I see they got a shot. I killed them. Were they spriteless? They had no sprite on. Why they just came in for the smoke for like no reason? Rap King said, "Should I still call him on it, even if that's his personality and that's how he is?" I don't know what that means, right? So, what do you mean if it's just his personality? Because the way that you communicate it, right, is that he's like being rude. How is being rude just somebody's personality? It's one thing if somebody like has dark humor and they tell like dark jokes or whatever, and they're like, that's just what I consider funny, right? Uh, I've heard people make that argument before, and it's like, okay, yeah, like dark humor can be fine. But if someone is like saying stuff that makes you uncomfortable, if someone's like bullying you, if someone is just flat out disrespecting you, that's not really a part of their personality. That's just them kind of doing a bad, I think. At least that's my opinion. Rap King's like, if he's rude to everyone, you know, if you like, that's just the way I am with everybody. So it's equal treatment in his eye. It's just fair to be rude to everyone. I don't think that's okay. I don't think just because he's rude to everyone that it's fine for him to be rude. I kind of disagree with that. He probably shouldn't be rude to everyone. I don't really think that's like excusable. There's a reason why people don't like people to be rude. or whatever. And it's not because it's like imbalanced. Like, I don't think most people would be like, it's okay if somebody's like an asshole, because they're an asshole to everybody. It's like, I don't really think that's how that works. See, Rap King said, if I'm going to give you an example and you tell me if this was rude. Okay, yeah, give me an example and I'll let you know if I personally would find it rude or not. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You know, this really has changed the way that I play Fortnite, for real. I legitimately am just staying in one place pretty much the whole game. I almost shot my dragon. My dragon scared me. I was like, who is that? But Fortnite is normally a game where you're trying to like get like good weapons and run around the map and stuff and survive to be the last person. I legitimately do not care if I survive to be the last person and get the victory royale. All I care about is getting those sprites. I want to get the sprite. I want to extract the sprite. Be happy, repeat. That's it. The storm circle is still shrinking, and it's right on the border of where I'm at. Eventually, I might have to like leave this extractor, but you know, we'll see when eventually show up. They haven't really come around these parts as of yet. Now you might be thinking, Jet, what do you think is going to happen at this point? You might be like, what sprite is going to magically pop out in front of you after you've waited here for so long? And I think the answer is simple. Somebody might run out of the storm to go to this extractor, and they could have like a ultra rare hollow foil sprite, or where they could have like a mythic rare sprite, and they'll be like, oh, thank goodness I made it to the extractor and nobody's here. And then you pop them and you get the sprite. Now, with all that being said, I'm not going to let myself just get like swept up by the storm, though. I do think it'd be very goofy to sit here and there isn't anyone actively coming to the extractor. And then you did all that for what, right? So Rap King said, we were in the kitchen and I was eating and he said, have you ate? And I said, yes. And then he said, I wasn't talking to you. The way he said it was rude. He could have just said, okay. Okay. I mean, I could see how that's rude. I do think that's kind of minor. Like, I wouldn't be too caught up on that. Was he like on the phone? I imagine he like aggressively said, like, I wasn't talking, like you said, like really intensely, when he probably didn't have to do that. I agree, he probably didn't have to do that. I don't think, like, you can bring that up if you want to. Oh, snap. What is he shooting with? They shot me from far off. That actually messed with my, like, shield and stuff. What'd they shoot me with? Ah! Yeah, it's like I hadn't gotten safely out of the storm. Whoa! Okay, yeah, I'm still not safely out of the storm. Stopping to shoot you is dumb. Okay, well, I died, but I got my sprites. Oh, he had the Batman sprite? I'm like, even if I had killed him, how would I have gotten to the end? Would I still need to extract it? Dude, that guy must be fighting for his life. Trying to keep that Batman sprite on. Let's see. How do I go to the battle pass? View quest? No, not quest. Just go to the lobby. I'll go to the lobby. And then Rap King said, no, he wasn't on the phone. He wasn't on the phone? Rap King, what do you mean he wasn't on the phone? Why did he say I wasn't talking to you? Who was he talking to? So you're saying you were eating in the kitchen right? And then while you were eating in the kitchen, he walks in and he asked if you ate. And then you said, yeah. And then he said he wasn't talking to you in a very rude and aggressive way. Was he talking to himself in the kitchen? But in like the third person? I would just be confused by that whole interaction. Rap King, did he ever explain who he was talking to?
Life is a beautiful madness.
Because that confused me greatly.
Life is a beautiful madness.
Okay, we now get to claim this one.
You can move faster. You can stay static.
He was talking to his dad. So his dad was there at the house. And was his dad in the room? Question mark. I guess I'm gonna unlock the dub. So now I can get the dub stuff. I'm not really excited for this dub. There are other battle passes. Let me go to the OG pass. Rap King is like, yes, the dad was in the room, but he went out. Still, I don't understand why he would be so aggressive about it. When he was aggressive, did his dad say anything about it? Like, hey, you don't have to, like, snap his head off or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you could ask him about it. Like, why were you so aggressive?
They say in this life, if you can't do,
because that is surprising. He could have very calmly just said, I was talking to my dad. Like, nothing about that situation requires him to, like, snap it.
Reboot, restart like magic.
The pickaxe looks like
Reboot, restart like magic. Keep popping up like a real bad habit. Reboot, restart like magic. Let's get dramatic.
It's weird to think of you using this to mine materials.
When I flex in the megaverse, when I jump through your universe, why would I live in the real world when I'm living in the multiverse?
Okay, and then I don't have enough levels to get all this. That's a cool wing thing. That reminds me of the Buzz Lightyear wings that I got. Rap King said no, his dad didn't hear, and that was the reason that made me sit down and talk to him about how he treats me. So you already have sat down and talked with him about it. So then how did that go? Like, did he understand where you were coming from? Let's see. So we still have time. We're like halfway through. Equip a sprite. Give me my level 4 fish. My level 4 fish man. And now we got the special gold water sprite and we got the hollow foil. Oh, and Rap King said, yeah, he apologized. Well, that's cool. Yeah. I'm glad that everything worked out, I guess. So I guess my next question would be, does he ever, like, hit you up about stuff? Like, does he ever say, like, hey, since we're talking about stuff, you did a thing the other day, da-na-na-na-na-na. Like, does it feel like when you guys have these talks that it's like a balanced talk where you guys can both, like, air out any grievances that you might have? Because if he hasn't had any grievances, that would be cool. Because that means that, like, you know, you're doing good. But if he ever does have grievances, I imagine he'd want to have a talk in the same way that you guys have talked about, like, his stuff before. And then Rap King said, no, I try to make myself good around the house. I mean, I'm glad. I think it's good to try to be good everywhere. In the house, out the house, around the house. Okay, I think the little orange beacon things are where the extractors are. All there anything good around you? I love it when you can just find like a Sprite on the ground. Okay. I got the pump shotgun. Smoke cloud could be useful. I'll pick that up. Rap King said, when you were in college, did your roommate ever have things that you did that they didn't like? Told you about the like hair in the drain thing, where they were like, why don't you clean hair out of the drain? And at the time, like I said, my hair was like much shorter. And I was like, I just straight up don't shed. I was like, that's just not my hair. But they were hard pressed to believe that. They were like, what do you mean it's not your hair or whatever? We all use the shower. We should all like clean the drain or whatever. And I'm like, that's just straight up not me. I just straight up did not cause that. I'm not the biggest fan of like cleaning up after people. And living with Ashley, I do like clean up after Ashley sometimes. But I talk to her about it and I encourage her to clean up after herself. And sometimes she does better, you know. It's a like in progress kind of thing, I would say. One thing that I used to do, I started back when I was dating second Gabby, spending like weekends at her house. Like she would take me to her house, but I would have an alarm clock that went off every day that normally like wouldn't be a problem because I would wake up and I would turn it off. But when I was at her house, I would forget to turn off that alarm clock and it would go off constantly the entire weekend. And that was my bad. I needed to do better about that. But I shouldn't have subjected them to that. But they effectively had to spend the whole weekend just listening to it go off like constantly. That was pretty bad. That's like a direct annoyance to the people around you. No. That's like the worst possible combination of things that can happen. I picked up a hollow foil, and I lost the hollow foil, and I lost the Sprite that I had like the most levels on at the same time. Rap King said, is Ashley your first girlfriend that you've lived together with? Yes. I can't believe I lost both the fish guy and the hollow foil. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Return to the lobby. They got me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's see.
Life is a beautiful madness.
I like being able to infinite sprint with my pickaxe and zero build. Sure. I don't think I ever do that. I probably should do that. Rap King said, before you had your house with Ashley, where did you live? So I'm living in the same apartment that I lived in before Ashley moved in. Ashley moved into my apartment. And before I had this apartment, I lived with my dad right after college to save up for an apartment. I can't believe he's back to level 1. I now don't have a single Sprite that is not a level 1 Sprite. I can't believe I dropped the bag like that. That sucks. That sucks. Let's see. Let's read the effects of these. The air sprite increases sprinting speed and sprinting jump height and nullifies fall damage. The boss sprite grants an increase to your max HP and shield. That's not bad. The fish increases your swim speed. Taking damage also briefly increases movement speed. Gain the overdrive effect when you mantle, hurdle, or wall scramble. I don't know what the overdrive effect is. Demon Sprite. Siphon some health and shields when you eliminate an opponent. That's pretty good. The Fire Sprite, I've seen that one before. You have a chance to find additional rare items when opening a chest. Fire Sprite creates a fiery burst when you deal damage. I don't want to use these. I just don't want to ever risk losing these, like, at all. Water Sprite, replenish shield while in water. I don't care. The Demon is honestly the one I would equip. He's pretty good. Rap King said, "Why didn't you live with your mom?" Like, I could have. Legitimately, after college, I could have lived with my mom if I wanted to. I just didn't. So my mom and dad, they live in like different houses. So it's kind of was up to me. I could have, if I wanted to, say, "Hey mom, can I like live over there?" I just didn't do it. How was Milkshake Monday? Milkshake Monday went well. There was a new person working at Cookout, and they didn't know my 7 shake thing. It was always interesting explaining it to people for the first time. But she did a good job. We didn't run into anybody this time. On the previous Milkshake Monday, we ran into my grandma and her boyfriend Trevor, and it was neat getting to catch up with them. My grandma doesn't like that I don't eat any fruits or vegetables. I have gotten to the point where I eat like the same thing every day, and it doesn't have any fruits or vegetables in it at all. I take a complete adult multivitamin to try to make up for any like vitamins or minerals that I don't have. My grandma also doesn't like that I haven't like gone to the doctor in like a long time. I only go to the doctor when something is like directly wrong, where I'm like, oh, something's up. I need to get this checked out. I don't go in for regular checkups. I don't recommend other people to do that. I do that because that's what I'm comfortable with, but I think it probably is a good idea for people to do regular checkups. Oh, I was already able to jump. I didn't realize that we could already jump. I'm going to try to land by that extractor. Rap Team said, "What is your plan for today after the stream?" That's a good question. Probably make some more blog posts. On my Substack, Jet Black RLSH Publishing, I post regular blog posts, and recently I've been recording like everything I say outside of a work context. I have this thing called the Plaud Notepen S that I wear on my wrist, and I ramble a lot during the day. Like if I have an idea, I just start talking about it and trying to like flesh out my thoughts. And now I can go back over my transcripts and look at my rambles and go, oh, this would honestly be like a cool blog post. Like earlier today, I was thinking a lot of people don't like superhero comics because they kind of go on forever and characters don't get to progress. Like a lot of people don't like that Peter Parker Spider-Man has kind of been like stagnant for years, where people feel like he should have like grown more as a character by now. And I'm like, well, if you, for your annual comic for Spider-Man every year, told the last Spider-Man story as like a non-canon thing, where it's like, oh, if Spider-Man's story were to end this year, this is how we would like end his story, and you did that every year, then you could get like a sense of finality. And because you would do it annually, if anything changed during the year, you could play with that as being like a core part of like his ending, or like why his story would end. And again, it'd be non-canon, but it would give people a greater sense of finality. Because I do think that's missing from a lot of like American comic books. And I say American comic books and American superheroes because stuff like Super Sentai, which is what Power Rangers is based off of, and Kamen Rider those have endings. You like watch the last episode of a Common Rider run, and that's that Common Rider's ending. And you may see him again if he does a crossover with like other Common Riders in the future, but that for the most part is like his whole story. And I think that's fine. Okay, I got it. No sprite? He had no sprite on him whatsoever. That's kind of annoying. But earlier today, I wrote a blog post, and the way I wrote them was very simple. I was like, "Hey, Claude, based on my ramblings from today, what would make for like good blog posts?" Claude goes, "Oh, you talked about like multiple topics in depth. Here are the ones that would be like the best candidates for a blog post." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Look over the transcript of my blog post, and then based on that transcript, they're shooting out of the smoke cloud." That's so smart. I actually haven't seen somebody do that because it sure is confusing for the player. Oh my gosh. Do they have a sprite? Do any of these players have sprites? None of them had a sprite, but they helped to level up my sprite, so I guess it all worked out in the end. There we go. But yes, that's been like super helpful for leveling up. Sorry, getting my mind crossed with what's happening in the game. The plot has been very helpful for figuring out. They're shooting at a distance. Got him. The plot has been very useful for like collecting my ideas, because effectively when I have an idea and then it records it, it's like I've already written the blog post more or less. I can just like say to it, "Okay, now write the blog post like about that thing." And then I read over what it wrote, and then I ask for revisions, you know, if there are parts of the blog post where I'm like, I would like reshape that point. I think you could get the point across better like this, da-na-na-na. And then I generate a cover image for the blog post, and then I post it. It really helps to like iron out the process. And there's so many things that I'll talk about during the day that I may not necessarily remember. It won't be on like the top of mind later. But with the plot, you're not gonna forget them. That information isn't lost. That's very useful. I'm like, is blue better than green? I don't know the colors important. I know purple is good. I know gold is good. But that's about where my knowledge stops. I know blue and green are lower level, but I don't remember which is better. I think blue is rare and green is uncommon. And I guess my assumption is that rare is better than uncommon, I suppose. Rap King said, "Have you been running lately?" I walk a lot. So I try to get 10,000 steps a day. Excuse me. And sometimes when I do my charity mile stuff, it's during me trying to get my 10,000 steps and like one big push. So then it'll be like, for your charity miles, you walk like 7 miles or whatever. But that's because it's like me during the charity miles walk trying to get to 10,000 steps. Oh, what? Got him. But no sprite? No sprite? Lame. Lame. I'm here shopping for sprites. This is Sprite Mart. Do, 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 do. Oh, I just leveled up. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let's see. I'm in the final 25 players remaining. I honestly don't care that hard. I want to get to the next extractor, wherever it may be. And hopefully get another sprite to extract. Are cars still in Fortnite? I feel like I haven't gotten a car recently, but that used to be the first thing I would do. I'd be like, find a car. They essentially just kind of stood there and took it. Oh my gosh. Sprite City. Sprite City. And we got a particularly rare looking one. Well, now I'm upset because I like really need an extractor. Like I don't. Before I was like, I want to get to an extractor as a goal. Now I like need to be at one, like right now. Oh my gosh. I got them to run off. With your pickaxe equipped, you have infinite sprint. Oh, I like that the dragon flies XP sprint. That's cool, dude. Infinite sprint is pretty useful. Not gonna lie. I'm glad it asked me about it. It's like, hey, how do you feel about infinite sprint when you have the pickaxe equipped? And I was like, oh yeah, that is a thing they added. It's pretty good. Someone's shooting at me. I don't know where they're at. Where are they? Rap King said, yeah, I saw you posted today defeating America. Gonna try to run around the side. Oh, he's like upstairs. Oh my gosh. Just extract him. Extract him. Extract him. Extract him. There's none for you to steal, bozo. Waited until I was already done. No matter how this goes, I can't lose. Because you can't take any sprites from me. But yeah, I try to do charity miles for Feeding America every day. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get them sprites in. Get them sprites in. Dunk them. Level up. Okay, let's return to the lobby. We extracted 4 sprites. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We lost 2 sprites and then extracted 4. Rap King said, how long have you been doing that? I've been doing it for a good bit. Ooh, we got another dragon.
Life is a beautiful madness.
Nice.
You can move faster. You can see without it.
Okay, let's look at this collection. Let's see. So this is the Cube Fire Sprite. So it's another special sprite. Creates a fiery burst when you deal enough damage to an enemy. While in Storm, gain the overdrive effect. I still don't know what the overdrive effect is. But I'm not entirely sure for how long I've been doing the charity mile stuff. It has been a good bit, though. Man. So we have 3 of these, like, special ones. I do want to get more of those. I think that might be... Well, no, all of the things have a similar outline. But yeah, not bad, not bad.
Life is a beautiful madness.
Okay.
You can move faster. You can see static. Let's get dramatic.
Let's go to the OG pass, because I'm not really caring for the main battle pass. Now that they have that stupid duck or whatever. Oh, I haven't really leveled up enough to get that much farther. And the music pass, I guess and then the Lego pass, playing all. Rap King said it's crazy that the year is almost over with. We're more than halfway through, so I see what you mean. I wouldn't say we're like super duper close to the end though. Like we're not in the final quarter. We're just in like the last half. Let's see what all is in the shop. I heard that Tim was back. They added Bikini Bottom Ice Spice and Patrick Star. Oh, Patrick Star's a sidekick. That makes sense because SpongeBob was a sidekick. Let's see. I already have all the well, they added Doodle Bob as a back bling. I don't understand why it wouldn't be a sidekick. See, the golden spatula's a pickaxe. That makes a lot of sense. That reminds me of the old SpongeBob games. That actually took me back a little. Let's see. Rap King said what is crazier is that this decade is almost over. That's true. We're like over the halfway point for the decade. Bikini Bottom Ice Spice. I guess it's like a bathing suit fit. Is she in that SpongeBob movie? I think she is. She's this fish or whatever.
Ice on the beat, I be skating. I'm pretty, I look like a painting. With a baddie and she looking like damn, she in her move. Like damn, she in her move. Like damn, she in her move.
Rap King said, "Are you excited about lanterns?" I think lanterns could be fun. Believe it or not, I still have not watched the trailer. Oh, the paddy wagon. They changed the design a lot. Because they added like the fryer at the back and stuff. It used to be a big sandwich. I do like these little cars. I haven't played the Fortnite racing game in a minute, but I actually do like it. Rap King said, I just don't understand why they made Hal Jordan an old man. I can explain why. So if you don't like set it up like that, they put Dreamer in the game? What? Why did no one tell me that Dreamer was in Fortnite? I barely have like any V-Bucks. Like at all. Spend all my money. Spend all my money. Equip. Nice. Okay. So Naya Null is a character that was introduced in the Supergirl show on the CW, and they have dream-related superpowers. And as you know, I'm a big fan of dream stuff. I'm big into dream journaling. I have a lucid dream literally every night. And I have a comic series that I make that's based on my dreams. They have a really cool graphic novel that's all about dreams, and I read it and I enjoyed it. My issue with Dreamer is that she's in so many like crossover things. Instead of just having a book, I want there to be like a dedicated Dreamer book, and I would read it. I would be a regular reader of it. It needs like its own series, and I don't know why they're not doing it. But the person who plays Dreamer in Supergirl is the writer of the comic, which is also really cool. But yeah, big fan of Dreamer, big fan of Dreamer. Glad that they are in Fortnite. Oh, is this the dance that was from the Peacemaker, whatchamacallit, intro? I think they had to change it once they learned what the dance was. They have like a chest-themed thing. I've seen a few different people with this skin. I don't know why people like it. Is it like a replica or something? Or is it just like an original that popped off? This one's kind of cool. It's like a fantasy thing. Oh yes, why Hal Jordan is old. I forgot to answer your question. So there are so many Green Lanterns. If you don't do something to like set up future Green Lanterns, I think it would be a while before we would get like Jon Stewart, and before we would get like Kyle Rayner and Jessica Cruz, because I feel like we want to see those characters, but we're not going to get to them if everyone is young and in their prime. It's just not going to work. Oh, Alan's tracking device says that it's Fortnite. That's funny, because he didn't understand that he was on Earth before it was Iraq that he was trying to go to, or Iraq. I do like the cars in Fortnite. I already own the Invincible car.
Life is a beautiful madness.
I don't even like
You
Boba.
can move faster, you can stay static.
This is so adorable. They made it as cute as they possibly could. I do like the pets. I'm not sure if everybody vibes with pets in Fortnite. I think they're neat. I don't like the pickle dog. I think the pickle dog is dumb. Oh, they have a pepper version of the dog? I might like the pepper dog more than the Do you like that he's a goldfish that flies in a bubble? It's like a neat idea. The eyes on the dog look weird. I'm not the biggest fan of the slurp puppy. Stupid kitties, whatever. I don't like the pets that are overly normal. There are so many pets that are like really cool. Like, look at this. Fox Fur Nebula. That's cool. Why would I ever pick just a dog? Because they're like the same price. Why would I pick a normal dog for the same price?
They say in this life,
It's like a
if you can't do,
stellar
you
dog.
won't.
I just think that's like the pricing should at least be different. Rap King said, "So you're saying the actress that plays Dreamer in Supergirl is the creator?" Yeah, they are like the writer for like all the Dreamer books. And Dreamer is an important character. Like they keep putting Dreamer into central roles and stuff like the absolute power of it and stuff like that. But at the same time, Dreamer doesn't have like a book that is just like a Dreamer book. And I would love to read just a Dreamer book. The creator is good at writing the character, but they haven't given the creator the space to just do that. So they got like a zombie lady. They have Zero. On my PlayStation account, I have the Zero skin already. The Dark Maw has a crazy design, like with a mouth for a chest. That's like a Masters of the Universe character almost. Oh, I forgot to bring this up. So Fortnite is about to add AI NPCs on July 30th. Rap King said she is really young. The actress that plays Dreamer. I actually don't know how old they are. Are they like our age or something? The containment chamber. That's cool. That makes me think of Ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like this would be a good backbling to have with the turtles. I don't have a lot of robot skins in Fortnite, but whenever I see a robot skin, I'm tempted. 28. She's younger than me. I didn't know that she was that young. That's crazy. Well, she's a good writer. Did you know that the writer of Miss Marvel, at least for a time, I don't know if this is still true, is the actress for Miss Marvel in the MCU. They let her like write the character for a while. Again, I don't know if she's still on it though. I didn't keep up with that one as much. No offense to the actress that plays Kamala Khan. I read the first issue of her like Kamala Khan thing. I thought it was okay, and I just didn't read more of it. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was like the worst thing in the world. But I didn't think the Kamala Khan run where she learned she's a mutant, at least that first issue, was necessarily that good. Maybe it picks up as it goes. I don't know. This is just like the basic Rocket League car. Let's see. I'm not a big Isho Speed fan. I don't dislike him at all. I've seen like random clips of him that are entertaining, but I'm not like a streamer. So I stream, but I don't watch a lot of other people do live streams. Did the shop just reset or something? Yeah, I have no idea what just happened. Okay. And these are the things that like cost money in Fortnite. They keep it all at the bottom, but there are things that you can actually like buy. So this is cool. I'm really glad they put Dreamer in this game. And I rarely get to talk about Dreamer. It was like a good thing to bring up. Rap King said, do you think IShowSpeed is funny? And then you said, do you like Kia the streamer? I don't know who Kia the streamer is. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of streamers. And I'm not sure if I think IShowSpeed is funny necessarily. Like the clips that I've seen, he did a thing where he was with like an indigenous tribe where a part of their culture is that they do flips, and he did like a flip competition. And I thought that was entertaining. And then there was a clip of IShowSpeed around lookalikes, like other people that look like him. And I thought that was interesting because they say that everybody has like one or two lookalikes like in the world, and I rarely ever see people run into their lookalikes just out and about. So I thought that was neat. But that's like a lot of my exposure to IShowSpeed, just random clips on the internet. I guess we'll claim the duck stuff. You know, he reminds me of the ducks from Regular Show. That's what he makes me think of. He has a song. Do all of the skins have songs? Like, did she have a song? Yeah. I guess all these skins have songs. So what's the Guardian Jam track? Did they not give him a song? So they don't all have songs. Confusion. Because I would have liked to have known his song. Let's see. It is 3:02 p.m. I'm going to log out for the day. I need to go check the mail. Oh, fun fact real quick. If you use the U.S. Postal Service, which I imagine you probably do, you can get an app on your phone called Informed Delivery. And it not only will show you pictures of what you're getting in the mail, you'll get a notification for when you get mail. So I used to check the mail every single day, even when there was no mail in the mailbox, because you don't know, right? But it's been super hot outside. It's like 90 degrees outside. You don't want to check the mail every day. I think the Informed Delivery app is actually like pretty solid. This isn't sponsored, by the way. My girlfriend puked me to this, but it helps you not waste time. Not only can you see when you have junk mail, so then you don't have to go and get junk mail, but you can also see when something really important is coming or like a package and be ready for it. So I just think that's neat. But anyways, shout out to Rap King for hanging out with me in the live chat. Truly appreciate it. Also, thank you to all the lurkers who come and watch. I prefer if we talk in the live chat, but lurking is fun too. I live stream Monday through Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central. Thank you again to Rap King and everyone who joined in. This your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only. Log it out. Peace, guys. Chicka bow wow. Chicka pow.